We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. It's all about the young police from Jamaica, seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Blessed love, Rastafari.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let's repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video. Yeah, for those of you who complain that the videos are too long, honestly, there's nothing that we can do about it, because look, this is not an entertainment channel. This is about educating our people. Because it seems like when it comes on to the Jamaica, when it comes on to history, they don't haven't taught us history, because the same people who enslave us, they are the one that's in charge of our curriculum. So all of these things weren't taught to us. Right now you're looking at a photograph. The one on your right, that's all black people, our ancestors. None of them are related to Mark Golden. They are our ancestors. And related to that man is Claude Big Stone. So that is 1904. That's 120 years ago. When they parade our ancestors back at Wall Street, yeah man, selling them. That's how they used to treat our ancestors. That's 120 years ago, that's it. Yeah man. Of our ancestors selling them like chattels. Fast forward to 2024, that's Mark Golden. Yeah man, the British born citizen. He's not a Jamaican by birth. We don't need a naturalization. He grew up here in Jamaica. He's not a Jamaican. So we want him to go back to his country. But you know, so the PMP criminal organization, that's a party of the traitors. Because these are people, you have to understand that traitors, they are never aligned to their country. They are not patriots. It's all about what's in it for me. That's why we had slavery, because it was traitors that betrayed our ancestors and sold us into slavery. And we still have them same way. There are no other race of people on earth that have betrayed their race of people, the same people, as they have done to us in Africa. None. The Chinese never sell out their own people. The Japanese never do it. And you can go on. The Spanish never do it either. They never sell their race to another race to enslave them. We were the only ones that they sold to another race to enslave us. And we still have it right now, 2024 in Jamaica, in the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, in which a man who has no connection to Jamaica, apart from the woman who he married to, not because of love, because he did it to save himself from going to prison for rape. I would say rape, we just say it mildly, because it's the same thing it means, but it's just that based on the law, the statute, it's carnal abuse in Jamaica's, in our law, to have sex with someone who's under the age of 16. Tell Mark Golden to come and sue me, Chris Porter. Sue me. Yeah, if you want, yeah, sue me. Because that's the information that we have. Everything we say about Mark, we don't tell lies on people, So tell Mark Golden to come sue me. And you will know the age of his wife, because if we want to know the age of his wife, we can get his her information through I-94, but we're not interested in the wife because she's a Jamaican, she's a black woman. When I go say, boy, Not because she might give him freely, but under the law she can't, because she cannot give consent because she was under the age of 16 based on Jamaica's law. As you know, over here we say informer if live and gunman must go to the departure lounge. Yeah, them say, yeah man, dead. Yeah, so we're going to remind you, about this man, Mark Golding. Yeah, tell you this man. As you've seen, we just remind you who he is, and this man is not one of us. And we know that Jamaican people, especially people from my community and the background, some of them, well, most of them, they are not patriots, they are not Jamaicans, and they cannot think. They see their party as a sport. They don't realize that everything that is done, it's supposed to be futuristic. That's why Jamaica is still behind, The way that you see Singapore is a first world country, Singapore used the same blueprint that Edward Seaga had written to make Jamaica a rich and a first world country. But guess what? The same black people, they didn't want that. They want a meal. They just want a meal today. And Michael Manley promised them that. One meal. That's how the vote buying started. And all of them change and run from the Labour Party. And that's where we are now. And none of them never get no free land or all of the things they might. And they never care. Because they just love him. Because him a Joshua, him a them savior. So black people always look to a white man to come save them. And you know the white man brought us? Death and destruction. Import terrorism to us as a people. Brought it to my community of Concrete Jungle and Jonestown. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I stand before you with one singular truth. I cannot be bought and I cannot be intimidated. My soul, my passion, my patriotism and my undying commitment belongs to one place. The land of my birth, Jamaica. Yes. Although I live in the United States of America and work for Uncle Sam, I still have Jamaica at heart. Still our life is some change. I was born and raised in Jonestown, Kingston 12. A community that has seen more than its fair share of pain, betrayal and violence. But what I want to remind you tonight is that it is also a place that has given me the strength and determination and the unshakable resolve to fight for a better Jamaica. A Jamaica free from the chains of corruption, criminality and fear. I come from a place where the seeds of violence were sown by two notorious figures, Fedamap and Burry Boy, the first known dons and murderers, mass murderers in my community. They weren't killing people, they were killing people outside of the community. These men were not just criminals, they were soldiers in a much larger a war that was instigated by the late PNP leader and former Prime Minister Michael Manley. Michael Manley was no hero. To me, Michael Manley was a man whose legacy of violence still echoes through the streets of Jamaica to this day. Michael Manley suffered before him died because of his wickedness that he has done, the bloods that he spilled in the streets of Jamaica for his political expediency and left this disease on our people. Under his leadership, my community, my home became the breeding ground for terror. Manley's actions brought untold suffering to the people of Jonestown and other communities across Jamaica. He was one who sent 2,500 young Jamaicans to Cuba. Young men who were trained in the use of firearms, in guerrilla warfare, and in the making of detonation of bombs. This was not just a mistake. This was an intentional act, deliberate effort to arm a generation of young men and send them back to our streets with tools of destruction. This is the monster that Michael Manley unleashed on the people of Jamaica. And it's a monster that still haunts us today. But here is where the story changes. I am not bound to the loyalty of any political party, especially not to the PNP, the LGBTQ plus criminal organization, or any group that has been complicit in the bloodshed that plague our island. The truth is, these people, the architect of terror, and that still hold our country hostage, have never denounced the violence, the crime and the lawlessness they help create. This is their bread and butter. They breathe, they inhale and exhale violence. They will never condemn it because it's a part of their system, their power and their grip on the Jamaican people, keeping them docile and passive. They are the ones who have used us, manipulate us and divide us for their own gain. My loyalty lies not with them, but with the people of Jamaica, the hard-working, the honest, the good men and women who want nothing more than peace, justice and prosperity. We cannot sit idly by any longer. This isn't about politics. It's about our future. It's about saving Jamaica from the deep corruption and criminality that has plagued us for far too long. I don't care who want to like me or who don't like me. I am just all about giving back to my country. We need international help, support to help rid our society of this culture of violence. We'll be asking the Trump administration to label the PNP LGBTQ+ as a terrorist organization, because we can show all of the people them who are convicted criminals who they are clean their police record and send them to the United States of America. We already send that already to Mar-a-Lago. Put them on notice, ban these people, take away their visa so that they can start condemn criminals. We need to begin the long and difficult process of undoing the damage that has been done. And it starts with each and every one of us standing up and saying enough is enough. We are not saying that Jamaica Labour Party is free from the same, but at least we can see this Prime Minister is trying his very best. We haven't seen him parade any criminals at their last conference. I am here because I want to give back to the island that gave me life, that shaped me, that I love with every fiber of my being. My job is to ensure that Jamaica becomes a better place where criminals are shunned and condemned, and where patriots stand up for the country, not for their own pockets. This is the kind of Jamaica I want to see. One where the truth is louder than lies, where honesty overcome corruption, like Chief Justice Brian Legacy and the other corrupt judges them got prison and put them in a barrel and roll them down a hill, and where the lives of innocents are valued or above the interests of the powerful few. But to get there, we must confront the monster that was born in my community, the monster that continues to thrive on the street of Kingston, Montego Bay and beyond. It's a monster that lives in the psyche of the Jamaican people, and it's a monster that will not die unless we make it happen. We have to start now. If we want our country back, if we want our children to inherit a Jamaica that is free of violence and fear and criminality. For those of you who think the path to success lies in a career of crime, I have one message. Join the PNP's LGBTQ+ criminal organization. They have proudly paraded their killers, their criminals, convicted drug dealers and deported felons on the stage at their party conference. They have no shame, they have no moral compass, and they will never stop exploiting our people for their own benefit. But here is the truth, we will not let them win. We will not let them destroy our communities, our family, our future. It's time for the good people of Jamaica to rise up and reject the lies, to reject the violence, and to take back our country. We are stronger than they think. Together we can eradicate the monster of crime, corruption and exploitation that has held us captive for so long. This is our fight, this is our time, and we will not back down. We will make Jamaica a place it was always meant to be, a land of peace, prosperity and hope for all its people. So let us take the first step towards a brighter future today by denouncing criminality from the get-go. Not to embrace these people. These people must be treated as pariah, as people that have like a disease. Ladies and gentlemen, man, it's time to reflect on the past, the present and the very man who stands before us, claiming to represent people of Jamaica. Mark Golden, the foreign-born British man who claims that he was born in Jamaica, and they have it even on internet, where a dummy say, oh, I went to Google and Google said that he was born in Jamaica. As if Google is heaven. As if Google is not created by men. And whatever is on the internet is not typed in by men. We are often led to believe that he stands for something good, something right. But the truth is his actions speak louder than words he has ever spoken. So let me remind you, not just of who Mark Golden is today, but who he truly represents. The legacy of his ancestors. Yes, the legacy of his ancestors. These are the same people who enslaved our forefathers, tore our families apart, and built their wealth on the backs of black people. These are the same people who use homosexuality, rare admiral behavior to terrorize our ancestors, our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers in front of the entire plantation. And these white men would brutally rape them, destroy their dignity and weaken them in the community because they were seen as powerful and strong. And you people hugging up this man, the man who's from England, the man who does not want Jamaica to become a republic. And you people are so licky, wanga got, beggy. You people are all traitors. You're not Jamaicans, you're traitors. The atrocity committed by his bloodline are not the things of the past. They have direct impact on us even today. And why Mark Golding may try to distance himself from this legacy, his action betray him. He is the beneficiary of the same system that oppressed our ancestors for centuries. And some of your favorite bloggers, big traitors, what's in it for me? Them black like tar, but yet they're my biggest sellout. Don't listen to them about Thistlewood. Oh, that's a smokes in mirror. Now let's stop and think for a moment. If Mark Golding truly respected and cared for black people of Jamaica as he claims, why he turn a blind eye to the need of his own people? Why has he neglected the very people who gave him the platform to stand on? He promised to give money to charity to uplift the community. But what did he did instead? He chose to invest his money not in Jamaica but in the Bahamas, a country that offers him better returns, more profit, and a place where we can continue to ignore the struggle of this Jamaican people. But that's not worst of it. Let's talk about the Torrington Park, a place that holds memories for so many of us. The building there, crumbling, falling apart, neglected by the very leader who are supposed to care for the people they serve. Golding could have used the money he promised a charity to build that very building to provide shelter and security for families who have been long suffering. But did he? No. Instead, he poured his money into foreign investment, into places that benefited him and his family. This is the man who claimed to love Jamaica and its people. No. What Golding really see in us? Not a community to be uplifted, but pawns in the game of political power. He sees us as nothing more than voters. Voters who will allow him and his family to continue growing wealthier while we remain stuck in the same cycle of poverty. We are not his priority for him. Our needs are not his concern. And our struggle do not matter to him. Think about it. What has Mark Golding ever done for black Jamaicans? Not much. Nothing to speak of. He has shown time and time again that he is more concerned with his own interests than with ours. And let's not forget, he has gone so far as to insult the very people who have supported him. He called the people of Jamaica, the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, community and activists, a set of beggars always looking out for handouts, which is true. They have become known to be dependent on the party for hands out. These are not industrious people. These are not people with ambition. They are non-ambitious Jamaicans. These are Jamaicans who are parasites to others, who believe that whatever you have, you must share it with them. Oh, such a depraved set of people. These people should live in hog-stye with pigs. Is this what you want from a leader? A man who mocks and belittles the people who have given him power? A man who turns his back on his own people in their time of need, while he continues to build his own empire. At the end of the day, Golding is right about one thing. He's calling a spade a spade. He sees you guys as beggars because to him, you are simply the tool to achieve his own selfish goals. He doesn't care about your empowerment, your freedom, or your well-being. He cares only about his own wealth, his status as his own legacy. But what? We have to ask ourselves, is this the kind of leader we want? Do we want someone who has profited from the suffering of our ancestors, someone who has ignored the pain of black Jamaican community, and someone who view us as nothing more than stepping stones on his way to greater riches? The truth is, Mark Golding's actions speak louder than promises. His disregard for the struggles of Jamaican people, his silence on the issue that matters most to us, and his blatant betrayal of the very people who have placed their trust in him, all point to one undeniable conclusion. He does not value you. He doesn't value us. He only sees you, us, as pawns in a game. Pawns that he can use to further his own agenda, while leaving you, us, stuck in a cycle of poverty and oppression. So I ask you, will you continue to let him exploit you, us? Will we allow him to perpetuate the same system that have kept us down for centuries? Or will we stand up, take control, and demand the kind of leadership that genuinely cares about the welfare of the Jamaican people? The time is now, my friends. We deserve more than empty promises. We deserve a leader who will fight for us, not one just for their own personal gain. Who cannot share our struggles and our pain? This man is not a Jamaican by birth. He's not a Jamaican. Not because he grew up here. That doesn't make him a Jamaican. He's not a naturalized Jamaican. He's a foreigner, a British-born man, a white man who thinks that he's superior to us, having the chain around this black brother's neck as if it was, freeing a slave. And you think nothing is wrong with that. You know the reason why? Because you're ignorant. And he plays upon your ignorance because you're all dummies. And yes, it's not an insult. It's a compliment. If I was insulting you, I'll call you an idiot. But I call you a dummy in the mildest way. We deserve a leader who will work for our future, not their own. Mark Golding has shown us who he really is. It's time to recognize it and take action. The people of Jamaica deserve better. We deserve leaders who are committed to our struggle and our liberation. We need leaders who are born in the struggle. This man is not from our country. This man is a white man from England. He needs to go back to his country. Why this man think he's superior to us? Because we are black. We have never seen the fastest man in the world being a white man. The dominant genes in the world is the black man. And the white man gene is recessive. But yet, although they are from us, they are the wickedest people on this earth. All the atrocities and wickedness that have been done to our people have been done by them. And now we see black people clamoring over this man, hugging him up as if it's Jesus. There's no white man that coming to save any black man. Get that in your head. Marcus Garvey told us that. No white man will ever save black people from white man oppression. Who brought the guns to Jamaica? Who sent our young men to Cuba to terrorize and kill black people? It was a white man named Michael Manley. It wasn't Edward Seaga, the same man that they taught you to hate. That man loved Jamaica more than Michael Manley. That man used to live among the poor people in the downtown Kingston. That man used to walk in the same dirty water, the same black dirty water in downtown Kingston with the poor people living in boardhouse when this man was rich. You can't compare this man with this white big belly man from England. Edward Seaga have never told us that he was a born Jamaican. He's a Jamaican. He was only born in the United States of America and he renounced his citizenship at 22. Mark Golding cannot renounce his citizenship because his parents are not Jamaicans. They are British spies that came to Jamaica and hurt our people and infect them with polio. Oh, you people are such a dummies. Don't even understand how it comes down to intelligence and spies. The same way that his ancestors went to Africa and infected our black people there with AIDS. You think of black people give black people AIDS in Africa? It was people like Mark Golding, like how his father came to Jamaica with polio And then these fools, oh, they need to rename that about John Golding. His name not supposed to be in any building in Jamaica. It's time to rise, take control of our destiny, and never again allow anyone to treat us as pawn in their game. So tonight I am here to make you confront an uncomfortable truth, a truth that too many of us have ignored for too long. It's time to stop accepting the superficial narratives we have been fed and to examine the deeper, more insidious forces that have shaped the leadership of our nation. Today I want to ask you to reflect on something deeply disturbing, something that is not a part of our history, but also a continuing legacy. I want to show you images. You have seen them, photographs that both haunting and telling. In the photographs you have seen a black man bound in a grotesque position, suspended from the ceiling in agony. Yeah man, this image is not just a random depiction. It's something darker, far darker. This is a reflection of wickedness that Mark Golding's ancestors were responsible for. They were the ones who torture and dehumanize our ancestors in an unimaginable way. This cruel and barbaric act of inflicting pain and suffering on another human being, looking them in a curled, twisted position, is not just historical anomaly. It is what was done to our people. People like you and me by Mark Golding's ancestors. Don't tell me about my white grandmother. Who cares? I was still black. This is the history that he carries, whether he acknowledges it or not. These were the people who enslaved, oppressed and brutalized us for centuries. This is the very lineage from which Mark Golding comes. And now, after all these years, we are supposed to accept him as leader of Jamaica. A man who was not born here, who has no connection to the roots, the struggle or the pain that we have endured. Mark Golding passport, his British passport, made it clear. It is marked in the I-94, the official US immigration document, that he was born in London, England. He is, at best, a foreigner who has no intrinsic understanding of our culture or history or our pain. Unlike Edward Seaga family, whose family had roots in Jamaica and contributed to the country's growth, Mark Golding's ancestors had none. Instead, they were spies, colonial agents who inflicted harm on our people. John Golding, that Mark's grandfather, was a man who was not just a part of this exploitation. Yes, his father, but was actively involved in spreading disease like polio among our ancestors. And yes, he was a white man, part of the very system that started to control and diminish us. Who you think infected our people in Africa with AIDS? And talk about AIDS came from a monkey. It was white people that did it. Mark Golding's ancestor. Think about it for a moment. If you have any family member right now in Jamaica who have HIV or AIDS, it's Mark Golding's people that did that to us. Did it. And it returned to sender because they wanted to kill us. And now you people clamoring because you're all dummies. You're talking about being insultive. If I wasn't, I said you're an idiot. It was white people like John Golding who imported polo to Jamaica. It was white people like Michael Manley imported terrorism into Jamaica. His action, his legacy, and the system he helped create are still felt in the very structure of our society today. And now you are being asked to put this man, Mark Golding, in charge of our nation. Let's get this clear. Michael Manley was not born in Jamaica either. And his parents were Jamaicans either. While he was a part of the privileged class, he understands the struggle of Jamaican people. His father and cousin claim that they fought for our rights, our independence, and our freedom. But Mark Golding, with his foreign roots, from a family whose existence in Jamaica has been nothing but a tool of exploitation. His family didn't build business or contribute to the welfare of Jamaica. No, they used their position to profit from our misery and to perpetuate a system of control. Mark Golding, born in London, England, is not one of us. How can we allow a man with no understanding of our struggles? This is 2024. A man whose family actively sought to oppress our ancestors and lead us into the future. This is not just a matter of where he was born. It's a matter of what he represents. The same colonial mindset, the same foreign domination and the same exploitation that we have fought against for centuries. And you have all of these bossy slaving at the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organizations, spineless and ballless. What am to Big Mouth Rasta, Fake Dread, Damian Crawford? Why don't you speak up? What, you're afraid of this white man? So I ask you, why would you? Why should we, as a people who have fought so hard for our freedom and dignity and our future to someone who has no real stake in our success, why should we trust a man who sees us as nothing more than pawns in his quest for power? We do not want a foreigner leading our country. We do not want a man who has never lived through the struggles of our ancestors, who have never experienced the pain of colonial oppression to represent us. We want someone who shares our blood, who shares our history, and who understands our pain. We want a leader who will stand with us, not a man who is a product of the very system we have been fighting for generations. This is our country. Jamaica belongs to us. The descendants of those who were enslaved, oppressed, and stripped of their dignity. It does not belong to those whose family came here to exploit us, to use us for their gain. Mark Golding's ancestors may have locked our people in chains, but we are free today. Some of them brains are still locked in the chain. And we see that with Claude, Big Stone, Sinclair. And we will not go back. We will not allow someone who is so disconnected from our history, so blinded by his privilege to lead us into the future. We deserve better. We deserve leaders who are born from the struggle, leaders who understand our pain, and leaders who will fight for our liberation, not for their own wealth, but for the future of our children, our families, and our nation. Let us not forget the past. Let us not be swayed by empty promises of a man who has nothing but exploitation in his bloodline. We are Jamaica. We are Jamaicans, and we will not be led by anyone who does not truly understand what it means to be a Jamaican. Mark Golding is and will not and will never be a Jamaican. This man is a traitor and an enemy of black people. This is the man that call our black men boys. Called big man boy in a parliament because he thinks that he's superior to us because of his skin color. I have never seen the fastest man in the world as a white man. Because they cannot win, they're trying to tell you that up is down and down is up. Thank God for Donald Trump, we don't care what he comes with. At least he will restore sanity to the world to let them know that it's two sexes, a male and female. These people are evil and vile and wicked. To support Mark Golding, you're a traitor to your own race, to your future, your country. Because you're licky, beggy, and wanga got to have no decency, honesty, or patriotism in you. You do not love Jamaica. You only love your party. If you truly love Jamaica, you will stand up for this. If you don't stand up today, when? When will you stand up? Mark Golding is not one of us. You have seen what Mark Golding ancestors have done to our ancestors. The torture, the terrorism, what they have inflicted on us. The pain, we can still feel it to this day. As we said before, we say again. Only those who feels it knows it. Let's not forget, this is the same man who have told us that he is a born Jamaican. But when everything exposed, it is the same man that tells us now, after everything has come to the fore, that guess what? That he grew up here in Jamaica, not born here, grew up in Jamaica. Because guess what? He expressed all of us to be dummies. And you notice the silence from some of these people. Remember that Mark Golding is not one of us. Remember that Marcus Garvey had told us about the traitors within. The ones who will gladly hug up the ones that will sell out for a bowl of rice and peas because they're licky and have no loyalty. These are the people who, yes, Marcus Garvey's legacy is one of strength, unity, and relentless pursuit of empowerment. If it was the PMP, Marcus Garvey, if it was Norman Washington Manley and Sir Alexander Bustamante, Marcus Garvey would be buried upside down in the National Heroes Park because they said that he was very disrespectful and he was a black nigger. Yes, you get it right. That's what they call him. And it was his son, Norman Washington Manley's son, who brought imported terrorism to us while they demonized our black hero Marcus Garvey. The same Edward Seaga that they taught you to eat was the same man who put everything on the line and brought back the black man's body to Jamaica. The man that have been celebrated worldwide. None of them in the annals of history, no one remember them. But everyone remember Marcus Garvey, the black, fat-head man. Marcus Garvey's legacy is one of strength, unity, and relentless pursuit of empowerment for black people across the world. He rose from humbling beginnings in Jamaica to become a global symbol of resistance against oppression. His movement sought to uplift the marginalized and to assert the inherent worth and power of black identity. However, Garvey's stories, like many of our historical figures, was marred by betrayal. Not from our enemies, but from within our own ranks. Just like what we see what happened here with the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization. All of them betrayed us as black people. Have a foreigner leading their party to rob and scrape and then to run back to England where they would protect him while they have these traitors in Jamaica all about what's in it for me, no patriotism. These are people that are vile. Garvey, in his quest for independence and empowerment, was often thwarted by those he trusted, the most traitors within our community. These were individuals who, despite benefiting from the struggles of the oppressed, choose to betray their own people for personal gain. And we see it. Guess who? Yeah, man, here's truly Sir P at Politics Watch. Loudest mouth on YouTube. Yeah, man, betray the black people, man. You know, I educate them. I tell them nothing. Talk about something else. Distraction of the people, them docile and passive. Because you know that they are dummies. We're not going to say they are idiots. We just say that they are dummies. Big fat dummies. They align themselves with the powers that sought to undermine Garvey's message. And in doing so, they condemn future generations to continue the fight that could have been won. Just as Garvey was betrayed, today we see the same forces at work in Jamaica. People who have sold their souls for power, position, or money. Yeah, man, Sir P at Politics Watch. How you sleep at night? Continue to undermine the efforts of those who truly seek to uplift the nation. You're black like a tar, baby. These modern day traitors are the ones who perpetrate a system of violence, corruption, and exploitation. They are the ones who stand in the way of true progress and prosperity. Keeping the people in chains just as much as those who enslaved our ancestors did. When we look at figures like Mark Golding and the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, we see the same betrayal of the people they claim to represent. Golding, despite his foreign birth and colonial heritage, has positioned himself as a leader of Jamaican people. But like those traitors who undermine Garvey, he has aligned himself with the powers that seek to keep Jamaica under control, to keep it divided and to prevent true progress. That's why them black. The Republic, and I tell you about if we get to the Privy Council. When they are a part of the Privy Council, we see what happened. The Privy Council is always aligned with the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. The Privy Council is never, ever for the upliftment of our people to make us a better people. The Privy Council is the same Privy Council that take away the death penalty from us, Pratt and Morgan. The Privy Council, you think that these people like us? That's why you don't visit Britain. They are the epitome of evil. They are our biggest enemy who enslave us. Why should I go and visit? Why should I go and visit a country that have blood on it that's stained with my ancestors' blood? These people are wicked. The only thing I would love to see is an earthquake for them. The epitome of evil. One big belly white man here before you have a bunch of bossy slaves and licky people to say that him now want Jamaica become a republic. Because it become a republic, yes, that take away him chances for him come thief from where. So what we are going to do? What are we going to do? It's the same way Garvey face opposition from those closest to him. And we face today the same traitors who stand in the way of progress, calling themselves leaders while continuing to uphold the structure of oppression. They claim to represent the people, but their actions show otherwise. They are the ones who turn a blind eye to corruption, the violence and the exploitation that's gripped Jamaica for decades. The PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, they are the architect of terrorism in Jamaica. They are the ones that export terrorism worldwide. 98% of our people are in prison, whether in Jamaica or across the world. If you look at their background, they are from PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization communities, and that's the philosophy that they imparted to us by a white man named Michael Manley. I don't care who want to like me. I'm not in this as likes. I'm just here to tell you the harsh, the real, unvarnished mama papa truth. But just as Garvey never gave up, neither should we. We have learned from his struggles and his victories. We understand now the fight for freedom and equality is not just external forces, but also against those who would betray our own people. We must rise above the betrayal of the past and reject the modern day traitors who are selling us out for their own gain. We must build a Jamaica where our leaders truly represent us, where the people come first and where we hold our leaders accountable for their action. The black skin, let's remember Garvey's word, the black skin is not a badge of shame, but a badge of glorious symbol of national greatness. We must stand tall and fight for a Jamaica that lives up to these words. A Jamaica free from betrayal, free from corruption, and free from a system that have long held us back. The time to act is now. And just as Garvey once led the movement of empowerment, we too must lead this nation to a brighter future. With no white man at the M. Mark Golding is a traitor. Mark Golding is an enemy of black people. Mark Golding is the one that normalized rear admiral behavior in our country. Mark Golding is a British citizen. He's not a Jamaican. The white man has never been about building black people. He's always about to destroy us. And we always have the enemies within. Show me which black country in the world, which black island in the world that align with white people, that is successful, and white people is behind them. Show me one. The white man never, ever have meant black people any good. Never. They are always about to destroy us as a people. And we are always willing to go along with them because they are always traitors within. Traitors like Julian Robinson, Peter Bunting, Damian Crawford. You don't have to ask. And the others, these are all traitors. The man that loved kids meal, Dayton Campbell, Hugh Small, Anthony Hilton, these are all traitors, knowing that this man, Michael Phillips, Dr. Peter Phillips, come and tell the Jamaican people that this man is not a Jamaican by birth. He's not a Jamaican, he's a British-born citizen. We have told the world because we have seen his I-94 information and dummies to all of you who have asked. By law, there are some things we can do and some things that we cannot do. Mark Golding is a threat to us as a people and he's the enemy within. And look no further, you can see your greatest blogger, the man who's silent on this, because they are the traitors that Marcus Garvey has told you about. Popularity is nothing. Substance is everything. I am a Jamaican patriot, not a traitor. I cannot be bought. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica, Young Police Channel, out.